a very warm welcome to one and all. You're watching TV9 News. I'm Neha. Now, Rajasthan local body polls results are a welcome development for the BJP, even though farmer organizations' opposition to the implementation of the newly passed farm laws continues unabated. The party is elated with the victory and has termed it a national sentiment. The polls were held for Panchayat Samiti and Zilla Parishad seats in 21 districts. Out of the 4,371 seats, BJP won 1,989 seats in the Panchayat Samiti elections, while the Congress won 1,852 seats. Out of the 636 Zilla Parishad, BJP won 353, while the Grand Old Party won 252. It is for the first time in more than a decade that the Congress has lost the rural body polls. The BJP says the results are also a testimony to people's faith in Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, BJP National President JP Nadda called it the farmers' mandate for farm reforms. It's worth noting that the results come in the wake of farmers' protest against the law, primarily at the borders of Delhi. Congress has given its wholehearted support to the farmers' protest, even though APMC reforms were a significant part of its 2019 Lok Sabha election manifesto. Many political pundits have blamed Congress's internal bickerings for its unsatisfactory performance. The divide between Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot and former Deputy Chief Minister Sachin Pilot is not new to anyone. The differences between the two almost brought down the Ashok Gehlot-led Congress government earlier this year. Although the two claimed to have mended their differences, but the results of the local body polls show otherwise. Now, to understand more about whether it can be called a major win for the Saffron Party and what exactly did not work for the Congress this time, joining me is political analyst Professor Chambi Puranik. Many thanks, Professor, first of all, for talking to us. Now, do tell us, sir, do you see this as a major victory for the BJP, like the party has been claiming, calling the local body polls victory, a national sentiment?
See, in a way, it is a victory for BJP because it was unfancied earlier, but not in the way both Mr. Nadda, the President, and Mr. Javadekar have claimed that it is kind of victory, representing the national sentiment. It is not the national sentiment, though the issue of farmers' agitation was also a part of the campaign by Congress against BJP. I think the local issues are more important, and also the kind of in governance. And I see a kind of anti-incumbency factor against Gehlot. Because they have lost the hold on the local bodies, and also the Zilla Parishads and all that, which BJP never expected. That means to say that people are not really happy with the Congress rule.
Right. Now, what is the reason behind Congress's defeat in the state? Is it the result of internal bickering? And has the divide within the Grand Old Party led to this?
The kind of bickerings within the party where Sachin Pilot tried to rebel against the leadership of Gehlot. So that means to say that Congress party at the national level is divided between pro-Sonia and Gandhi family versus others who want some kind of leadership change. So I think, from that point of view, I think Congress also has its own inner problems, and all is not well. As I said, the coherence that Congress had earlier is not there at all. So that means to say, Sachin's Pilot group also, it's a kind of an indication that if there is a change of leadership at the state level, things may improve for the Congress and all that.
Many thanks, Professor Puranik, for joining us with all of those important details. Well, while drawing a comparison between BJP's top leadership with that of Congress, renowned author Ramachandra Guha has said that Congress's current leadership has failed to present an effective or credible alternative to the BJP. In simple terms, what Mr. Guha has argued for is that Congress should move beyond Gandhi's for the national leadership. Many thanks for watching. If at all you like this video, do not forget to subscribe TV9 Digital. Stay safe, keep those masks on.